There are moments in life when everything seems to collapse around you. The dreams you once believed in begin to crumble. The people you trusted walk away. The prayers you whispered in the quiet seem to disappear into nothingness.
And you're left there, broken, exhausted, confused, wondering if God has forgotten you. But what you don't see,
what your eyes can't perceive, is that in your darkest moments, God is working behind the scenes. We're so used to associating God with miracles, light, and breakthroughs that we forget His greatest work often happens in the shadows.
Just because you can't see anything happening doesn't mean God isn't doing something.
Think about a seed buried in the soil.
It's hidden. It's covered in darkness. It seems dead.
But beneath the surface, that seed is breaking open. Roots are stretching, growth is beginning. What looks like the end is actually the beginning. And your life, your pain is just like that. You may not feel it, but God is not ignoring you. He is arranging every detail, setting things into motion that will only make sense later. He is protecting you from doors that would have led you off your path. He is delaying things not to hurt you, but to prepare you. What you call nothing happening is actually a divine strategy in progress. And while you're waiting in the silence, God is working in the unseen. Have you ever watched someone set up a stage before a performance? The audience doesn't see the crew moving props,
adjusting lights, checking sound.
But all that behind-the-scenes work is essential for the show to begin. In the same way, God is preparing a stage for your next chapter. A chapter so beautiful, so meaningful that it requires careful planning. He is rearranging your circumstances, growing your character, and strengthening your faith. You may not be ready for what's coming yet, but you will be. God's delay is not God's denial. It's preparation. Sometimes we pray for strength, but then we face storms. We ask for growth, but we face challenges. We want patience, but we're made to wait. What if all these things are not opposites of your prayers, but answers to them? God doesn't always answer in the way we expect. He answers in the way that's best for our soul. Pain, confusion, heartbreak, they may be tools in the hands of a loving Father, carving out a stronger, wiser,
more resilient version of you.
You see, the valley doesn't mean God has abandoned you. The silence doesn't mean He's absent. Sometimes God trusts you with silence because He knows your faith is ready to grow deeper. In the Bible, Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, thrown into prison for a crime he didn't commit and forgotten. For years, it seemed like God had turned His face away. But during that time, God was working behind the scenes, positioning Joseph for a purpose far greater than anything he could imagine. When the time was right, Joseph didn't just survive, he rose to power and saved a nation. The same God who was with Joseph is with you. He sees every tear. He knows every silent cry.
And He's not ignoring them, He's storing them.
Preparing to turn your mourning into dancing, your breakdown into a breakthrough, your mess into a message. God does not waste your pain. Every setback, every disappointment, every lonely night, it's all woven into a story so divine, it can only be written by the hands of heaven. But here's the thing, God doesn't need you to understand everything. He just needs you to trust Him. Trust Him when the road makes no sense. Trust Him when you feel like quitting. Trust Him when the people you counted on walk away.
Because your faith is not in outcomes, it's in God Himself. And He is faithful, always.
Faith is choosing to believe God is working when all you see is silence. It's walking forward when you're not sure where the path leads. It's praising Him in the prison before the doors open. It's saying, even now I believe. That's the kind of faith that moves mountains. That's the kind of faith God honors.
You're not forgotten. You're not being punished.
You're being prepared for a new chapter, a better season, a deeper calling. The enemy wants you to give up in the waiting, to curse God in the silence. But this is the time to draw near, to trust more, not less. Because it's in the darkest night that stars shine the brightest. And it's in your weakest hour that God's strength carries you. Behind every closed door, behind every delay, behind every sleepless night, God is scripting something beautiful, something only you can live. And when the time is right, the pieces will come together. The door will open, the healing will come, and you'll understand why it had to happen this way. You'll look back and realize God was never late. He was just building something greater than you could have imagined. So hold on, don't give up now. Your story is not over. You are not stuck. You are still in motion. And motion in the hands of God always leads to purpose. One day your pain will be your platform. Your scars will be stories of survival. Your silence will echo with meaning.
And you'll stand in the light and say, I didn't see it then, but
God was working the whole time.
So take a breath, wipe your tears.
Lift your head and walk forward. Not because the path is easy, but because God walks with you. He is working behind the scenes.
And soon the curtain will rise.